Hello, how you doing? So today we're going to be making shepherd's pie. I'm lying to you already. It is shepherd's pie, but it's not shepherd's pie. If you use beef, like we're doing today, this is considered cottage pie. If you're using lamb, it's shepherd's pie. Kind of the same thing, the meat's just different. Welcome back to How to Cook Great. Okay, so I've got here like a tablespoon, very small amount of oil. I'm using a sunflower oil. We're going to drop in our ground or minced beef, whatever you call that. Now I'm going for beef. You could be using lamb if you wanted. There's 1 kg here. That's 2.2 pounds. We're on a medium heat. We're going to go for 4 minutes. Not too high, just nice and medium. 4 minutes. Give this a head start. Okay, there we go. Now you can see that the meat is breaking down, change colour, and I've actually got, you can see moisture coming out of this. That's because this is a very lean meat. Sometimes you'll get a kind of fatty one, like a 70-30, 80-20. You'll see it when you get it. It's kind of, you can see the whiteness in it. That will produce a lot of fat, sometimes an enormous amount. So you might want to render some of that out. What we're going to do now is turn the heat up to a high. Just for another 3 minutes, I want to get rid of most of that moisture. It will just burn off and evaporate. So I've just set the heat back to medium again, got rid of most of that moisture. So in my case, I've got a lot of water. You might get a lot of fat. Again, with the fat, you want to drain, a lot of it off. You don't have to drain it all off, but most. Okay, let's get moving now. I've got 2 cups here of onion, 1 cup of carrot, cut nice and small. Let's grab those bits. A tablespoon of garlic. I mean, that might be a lot for some of you, but I like that in there. And then we've got a teaspoon each of salt, pepper, and I'm using some dried thyme. You could use rosemary, you could change that up for marjoram, basil, up to you. Okay, we're going to go for another 3 minutes now on this medium heat. Fantastic. Next up, I'm going to add some peas. I've got a cup of peas here. They were frozen. Just rinse them through with a little bit of water. If you want, get some celery in here, get some mushrooms in here. I'm just going with the bog standard onions, carrots and peas. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some stock. I've got about a pint here. Let's have a look at what we got. It's about a pint of stock here. I'm using chicken stock actually, but if you want, use a vegetable stock or a meat stock. But I'm going for chicken in this one. And also, we're going to be adding optional Marmite, absolutely wonderful in this. So some people really love this, some people hate it, of course. We're going to go for a nice heaped teaspoon, so maybe a couple of teaspoons there in total. I really love that in there. I think it makes a huge difference. So medium heat, we're now going to go for about 5 or 6 minutes. We're going to stir every now and then. Beautiful. Absolutely fabulous. Off goes the heat. That is done. Now, regarding the Marmite. So Marmite, if you don't know, is a kind of vegan, vegetarian yeast extract that is very big in the UK. Some people hate it, like really, really hate it. I really, really love it. We spread it on toast and things like that. I think in Australia you have, is it Vegemite? Alternatively, you can use something called Bovril, which comes in the same looking jar as Marmite, but it's a beef extract. If you don't want to, don't do it, but I think the Marmite is really good. Okay. Our meat sauce is done. Let's get it together. So as you can see, I'm using glass, but metal works, ceramic works, as long as it can go into the oven. In goes all of our mixture. Now you can do it as thick or as thin as you like. I've just laid that out, so let me just take a look down there. That's like 1 centimetre, 2 centimetres thick, but like I say, do it thinner, do it thicker, up to you. The next thing we're going to do is put our potato on, but before you do that, get your oven on. Get it nice and high, really high. It's all cooked, everything. We're just bringing it together. So maximum heat, get it preheated. That needs to go into a hot oven, not a cold oven. So as you can see, I'm getting the mashed potato on the top now. And again, you can do it as thick or as thin as you like. Just use up all the potato here. I'll be back in a moment. So without pressing it down too much, we're going to take a fork and get a nice even layer over there. Now, you don't want it spread flat like that. You want these little troughs and tores, little kind of bits there. They're going to catch in the oven and get it nice and crispy. So don't do it smooth, do it just as you can see I'm doing here. It's going to work out really well. Now I'm going to add a little bit of cheese. Now you don't have to, you can do it cheeseless. I'm going to put just a little bit on. So I've got some grated cheese here that I've done earlier. And there's 3 types in here actually. You can just use a bit of cheddar, something like that. I've got a bit of Munster here, a cheddar, and a bit of red Leicester. And again, I'm not going crazy. You can put loads more on if you want. So your oven is nice and hot, maximum heat. You're going to pop that in. It's going to go in for about 8 to 10 minutes. You know what we're looking for. Everything's cooked. We're just bringing it together. Delicious. And there you go. Come together beautifully. That cheese is caught really nicely on the top. That's lovely, that one is. Nice and simple. Keep safe, keep well. I'll see you soon. Lots of love.